Hello gems, Leah from Red Emerald Yoga. Today I am here with another unboxing. Today we're going to be unboxing and doing a walkthrough of Tarot of the Owls. This is a deck by Pamela Chen with the art by Elisabeth Alba. So let's get it out of this package so we can take a really good look at it. Oh, hopefully that was my one obligatory tripod bump, but probably won't be the last one. Let's see. All right, so this shrink wrap doesn't look like it's too bad. Sometimes they're really tight and difficult to get off, but this one, that was nice and easy. Okay, so let's take a look at the box. So this is a Llewellyn deck. This one's supposed to have a really nice guidebook. 224 page book. Nice. I am a sucker for really good guidebooks. I like to read about the artist's interpretation behind the cards. So even though this is supposed to be like following the Rider-Waite-Smith system, and I am familiar with that, but I still want to have the guidebook. Okay, so this has a nice, I don't know if you can hear that, nice strong magnetic clasp. It has two of them, they're like little magnet buttons. You can see that right there. And then it has like it kind of looks like ink, like a dye effect. Okay, so we do have a ribbon. I like the ribbon. So we've got this really interesting looking owl. His eyes look like they're glowing, and this one's kind of like rolled up behind his eyelid. To me, that reminds me of like a meditative state. I like that. It's like kind of like he's in a trance. Ooh, do you hear that? Oh my goodness. Oh, it sounds so beautiful. I love the sound of books. It's almost like a sacred thing that I do. I don't like to really break the binding on camera, but I really like the artwork. I'm probably not going to open this book all the way. And again, I don't know if it's picking up on camera. It's hard to tell on my phone, but it's again with like this like washy, like a really light wash of the watercolor theme. And I can't tell if that's just like peeking through from the other page or if it's just like real subtle on this page. I don't know. I think it's peeking through, honestly, because I can kind of see the words behind this page. So the pages are a little bit thin. Yeah, so it tells you about the artwork, or I'm sorry, it tells you about the author and the illustrator. Dedicated to all the feathered friends in my life, especially the ones that pay rent in eggs. All right. So we have our table of contents, introduction, the calling. I do like that the book is illustrated. Rules of the realm. It goes into the major arcana. How to cleanse your deck. I don't know if you can hear my computer humming away in the back. I just finished editing another video and it's uploading it to YouTube. So it's just like steadily humming away. Still got quite some time left on it, so that'll just probably be there in the background if that's picking up. So I do like that there's like a full page. Oops, I'm gonna scoot this underneath my desk. Let me see. Okay, that's a box of decks that I'm waiting to do unboxings on. Okay, so I do like that it's like a full photo image and then one full page of description for the major arcana. Let's go into the minors and see if it continues or if we get like smaller pages for those. So here we have the minor arcana. Isn't that beautiful? So it tells you a little bit about the suit. Ooh, this is dirty. What the heck? Is that a dead bug? I don't know what that is. I think Yeah, this is like literally, but this guy here, he's really excited about that. Okay, so I have a, it's like smashed into the page. It won't come off. It's like embedded in there, like literally blood, sweat, and tears, huh? Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Still got the same thing, like the same level of attention for the major and the minor arcana. So I do like that. Let's see, do we got spreads in the back? Okay, so then it separates the court cards in the back. I'm not really a big fan of putting the court cards in their own section of the book. I like them to be with their suit in the minor arcana. That kind of bothers me, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. So we have a couple of spreads. So we'll check those out later. Okay, let's see how easily these, oh, they're in a shrink wrap. Okay. And on the inside, we have that same little owl face like was on the inside of the book. Okay, so we have more shrink wrap to get through. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I wish they would put like, kind of like the way that they do cigarettes with the little thing that you can unwrap. Like where it's like just like a little pull string. This makes me really nervous. Oh, okay. This is a lot harder to open than the shrink wrap on the box. It's just like really making me feel like I'm going to damage the cards. Oh, no way, it did have one. Look at that. Oh, this whole time it did have the little pull thing like I always want them to have. So there you go. It has one. If you buy this deck, make sure you look for that so you don't freak yourself out trying to open this shrink wrap. Very cool. I do appreciate that that was there. I just didn't know that it was there. Okay, so these cards do feel like these are going to be on the more bendy, flexible side. My Rider-Waite is pretty flexible. So I don't know if it's more bendy than my Rider-Waite. I'm going to go check that out. Okay, so let's see. It's a little smaller than the traditional Rider-Waite deck. And let's check out the bendiness. It's probably got the same level of bend. I'm not doing this with calipers, but it feels about the same thickness as my US Games traditional OG Rider-Waite deck. So yeah, that feels good. And if you have smaller hands, you may like this deck because, as I said, it's just a little bit smaller than the Rider-Waite deck. So let's check out the cutting first before we get into anything else. I've handled this card and you will see that there's a little bit of a bend. Like, let me see. Go behind my phone. You can already see it's like a gap. So I do think these cards will break in relatively quick. Got another little gap here. I didn't really mess with these cards. So, so they probably won't lay perfectly straight down. Let me show you my Rider-Waite deck really quick. I don't want to get sidetracked because sometimes I tend to get excited and then I go off course and then I'm sitting there like, wait, what was I talking about and why? So with my Rider-Waite deck, it's really well loved. You can tell the edges are very dirty and used. But they do seem like they just lay flat and straight. And I always rifle shuffle these. I also overhand, but if I'm going to use this deck, I will almost always rifle shuffle. The edges still look good. You can see they're a little dirty, but this deck got like a little bit of edge wear, but for the most part, this deck has held up. This is probably my most used deck here. And anytime I have like really serious heavy readings, I'll usually go with this deck, unless for whatever reason the client doesn't like this deck, or if they're overly sensitive, things of that nature. But I do appreciate these other decks. I feel like they have their time and their place. They have their place where they shine. So I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this deck in the pictures that were provided from the publisher, I wasn't too sure if I was going to like the colors, to be honest. The colors looked a little bit weird. But now that they're sitting here in front of me, I mean, I'm only at 10. I'm only on the Wheel of Fortune, so technically it's like the 11th card. But so far, I can say that the colors are not bothering me. This is one of the colors that I wasn't sure about. This like greeny yellow. It kind of like a lot of the decks seem to have like this yellow-green hue. When I was looking online, I wasn't too sure how much I was going to like that. But in person, it just looks better. This was one of the cards that I wasn't sure that I was going to like. Again, it was something about that like yellowy green. It is yellow green, but to me in person, it looks better than I was anticipating. But that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes it can depend on your monitor, you know, the color settings when the photo was taken. So I do know that what you see on the screen can sometimes vary slightly in real life. So I thought, you know what? I do like owls. I like birds. And I really liked the images that I had seen from Llewellyn, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a shot. If I don't like it, I can always gift it or sell it. I love this image. That's really cool. Even this, like the Three of Swords in the heart on the tree. Oops. Some of you may not like this image, so if you're very sensitive regarding animals or seeing blood, this might not be the deck for you. This was another card with that green and the yellow. That just did not look good to me online. Actually, like these next few cards. But in person, again, doesn't bother me. It looks a lot better than it did. I'm wondering how it's going to look when I upload this to YouTube and then look at it on my same monitor, see if it's still going to bother me. That'll be interesting for me to check it out. This card, I on this card here, it is like it kind of like that, a little bit washed out looking to me. That one, that's how I thought most of it was going to be, most of the deck, but it's just here in this image. And kind of in this one, but in person it still looks a little better than. Not really too big of a fan of this. It kind of just gets, I don't know. Like, it's such a vibrant deck is, I guess, what's throwing me off. It's just these greens and yellows. This one a little bit too. But it's only the cards with that green and yellow that kind of like make me hesitate. This one has green and yellow, but it's not one of the ones that I don't like. As far as the color, I do like the images. Getting into these pink and purple ones, I feel like the pink and purple are a little muted in those. Here, this is like really vibrant and pretty, and that's okay. I guess because it's a baby owl, like you would expect them to have more of that like soft and fluffy fur or feathers, you know. But in the adult ones, I think this deck is just so vibrant, and where it's muted, it kind of just doesn't really fit with the theme for me. You may be different when you look at it. But I guess if you're comparing it to the Rider-Waite, the Rider-Waite has horrible coloring anyways. Like, this is another one where it kind of looks a little bit washed out, muted. In person, it's actually, I'm looking on my phone, it actually looks a little bit more vibrant on the camera, but in person, it looks more muted than it does on my phone. But I mean, if you're comparing it to the Rider-Waite is not the most aesthetically pleasing deck anyway. Even though it's my favorite, it's not because the images are beautiful, you know. I'm glad they kept the hat from the Page of Cups. I really like that hat. Like, this card looks just like, I don't know, it's just so vibrant. Like this owl, I love the coloring here. Like, I wish that was like just kind of more uniform throughout the green and yellow, owls. This one doesn't bother me at all though. This owl is like a little bit softer, but it's like happening at sunset or sunrise, you know, so I think it looks cool. You got all the vibrant colors here and just like this soft background. I think it works. It works great here. All right, so we have seen the cards. Let's see how they shuffle. They don't seem like they really grip that much. Oh. Okay. They're not too grippy. Oh yeah, look at that. They shuffle really nice. Let's check out the edges. Okay, so these ones are holding up a little bit better than the Tarot, what is it? Tarot of the Witch's Garden, also by Llewellyn. I love that deck. That's one of my favorite decks. It's probably, it probably ranks right up there. It's ranking right up there with my Rider-Waite. That's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites. Rider-Waite being my absolute favorite. And Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Llewellyn is right up there with it. It's really close. I don't know if it's second, but it's got to be at least second or third. I don't know. Never really thought about it too much, but I just know that that's one of my favorites. It shuffles like a dream, as does my Rider-Waite. This one also shuffles really nice. And that's one of the things that make me want to work with the deck is the way that it feels in my hands, the way that it shuffles. When they're difficult to shuffle, it's not even like a conscious decision sometimes. It's not like I say, oh, I don't want to use that deck. It's hard to shuffle. I think it's just like naturally I'm more drawn to a deck that shuffles nicely. Sometimes I'll work with a deck like Bridget Esselmont's, what was it? The little purple one, the Everyday Tarot. I forced myself to work with that one and I hated shuffling that deck. And I forced myself to work with it. And now I enjoy working with that deck because it's broken in. So just because a deck is difficult to shuffle, if you work with it, it does usually break in and it makes it more enjoyable. Now I don't hesitate to use that deck because it just feels good. So this one right out of the box already feels good. This won't be like a subconscious barrier, like, oh, naturally going to one that feels better in my hands. I think that this would be good for people of different backgrounds. I think that this would be good for people of different ages. Everybody likes owls from every nationality, every age bracket. Not everybody, but there's people in every in every group that likes owls. It's pretty cool that there's no people in there. So like, if you have people, I don't know, who maybe have an aversion to some of your decks because of the people depicted in your deck, this would probably be a safe bet because there's no people in there to offend them. It's pretty colorful. For the most, like, I want to say it's a more cheery theme. I like how you have all of these colors. To me, that reminds me of the chakra colors. I don't know if that was the intention, but that's the vibe I'm getting from it. It's colorful, but that's not to say that it's like the whole deck is cheery. Like that Ten of Swords, that's not a cheery card. You know, you've got the swords in the owl with blood. So like the whole deck is not cheerful and happy. Oh, speaking of it, it's right here. But let's do a spread from the book. Let's see how it reads. We've got some reversals in there. Just want to give it like a little shuffle. Okay, let's see. This is just going to be a made-up reading. We're just gonna see how it would communicate with a client. All right, let's do the magic within spread. This will be a 6-card spread. We in the owl realm believe that everyone, yes, even humans, is magical and has magic within. If you didn't, you would not be here reading this guidebook or divining with the tarot of the owls. Your magic is always working with the energies of the universe to shape your reality. What if you could activate your magic at any time and manifest your dreams consciously? How does that sound to you? If this is something you wish to achieve, then spread your wings and get started with this spread. It will show you where in your life you have to put more focus in order to manifest your goals. The spread will also show you how to activate your inner magic and help you reach success. Sounds cool. Okay, so let's see. Let's check out the questions. What is a message from my magic within? What inspired ideas do I need to follow right now? What do I need to release for instant manifestation? What do I need to do to activate my inner magic? How will my magic guide me to my goals? And what magic action do I need to take to manifest my dreams? Okay, so I'm going to shuffle that into this deck. Let's see, this is just going to be for a made-up person. But if you feel like it resonates with you, then by all means, take it and run with it. Ooh. So this is what I was talking about, how the cards were going to get curved. You can tell that they're already starting to get a curve, so you would just have to like work with them and, you know, keep them straightish. Anyway, not a big deal. So for those of you who like to do reversals with the deck where you don't know if the card is upside down or not, this is not going to be the deck for you. I, on the other hand, don't really care if, like for example, these eyes, like the yellow is on this side, right? But on these ones, it's over here. And I know that, I don't know, because I'm not that familiar with the deck, but like some of these are going to be reversed. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. I don't look at reversals like they're bad cards or that it's necessarily something wrong. I tend to think it's like an internalized version usually of the card, or it could be the opposite. Sometimes that even makes the card a good card. So yeah, that it doesn't bother me at all. So the first card, what is a message from my magic within? Here we have the Hermit. So like the magic is already within you. All you have to do is take yourself away from the hustle and bustle, away from all the noise, away from the distractions, and go within. Go within, find your magic. It's like this little light was buried in this tree hollow, and use that to shine. And I'm really drawn to these eyes. I feel like this is like maybe a nod to the importance of meditation, to the importance of self-reflection, the importance of being alone. A lot of people think like, oh, it's like really bad to be alone. I used to hate being alone, and now I love it because now I can connect with myself on a really deep level, and I find a lot of insight while I'm alone. I think it was really important for me to learn how to be comfortable being alone, the stillness, the quietness. And I'm not going to say that it wasn't scary or lonely at times, but just because you're alone doesn't necessarily mean that you have to feel lonely. So what is the message for my magic within? Just, yeah, embracing the aloneness, taking that time for self-reflection, looking inward, and allowing your light to shine. What inspired ideas do I need to follow right now? Four of Cups. I think there's something being presented to you, and you're kind of hesitant to take it. Maybe it frightens you. Maybe it's something you really want, but you're afraid to reach out. Maybe you're afraid of failing. I feel like this card is suggesting, like, you know, once you do that introspection, once you do that meditation, you know, looking within, reaching out and grasping that cup, grabbing the opportunity that's being presented to you. What do I need to release for instant manifestation? The Three of Cups. Oh my goodness. To me, this is like celebrating, hanging out with friends, focusing on fun. If you are, you know, an adult in the area where you are, that could be a little too much partying, drinking. I think this is like just too much fun. I think like this is calling on you to really focus, and that probably is not going to be achieved hanging out with friends, focusing on, you know, entertaining others right now. What do I need to do to activate my inner magic? The Star reversed. Oh. So to me, this is like, I'm getting like wish upon a star. This is like hoping and dreaming. And in the reverse, I'm feeling like, so be it. It is already done. Not hoping and like, oh, I hope this happens. Oh, I wish this could happen. Oh, no. You've already manifested that. Now it's time to believe. Believe that it is already done. Believe in your power. Believe in your magic. How will my magic guide me to my goals? Five of Cups. Oh my goodness. Maybe that's why you can't take this cup. You don't want to reach out because you don't want to fail. You don't want to lose something. You don't want to try because you've already tried and you failed. Your magic is going to lead you to your goals. When you pick up these two cups, turn around and not worry about what is lost. What is lost is lost. You know, and you've got to pick up these two cups. There's still there's water in there. You know, water is so magical. It's so powerful. I don't know if you've seen those studies where they do like they look at the water, you know, and they tell the water words, like you can tell the water positive words, and it forms these beautiful crystals. And then they tell water bad words and negative things, and the water takes on like poorly formed crystals. You know, water. Wow, water is so powerful. Water can be healed. Water can be sick, but water can be healed. And I feel like you've got to pick up this water, tell it beautiful things, speak beautiful things to it. And water is also associated with our emotions, you know. But look, there's no impending danger. You know, this water is not raging, it's not rushing, it's calm right now. It's calm, and like, yeah, those things happened, right? We're not diminishing that, but like, there's so much beauty that surrounds you. You've got to pick up the cups and fly home. I don't know, I'm really drawn to this tree. You know, maybe that's the tree you live in, and come over this emotional stuff, you know, and you've got to come back in to your tree before this storm rolls in. How will my magic guide me to my goals? By allowing me to carry on despite what has happened to me in the past, despite the things that I have lost, despite the things that I think that I should have or I would have had if this didn't happen. It did, and life goes on. Now you're being presented with something new. What magical action do I need to take to manifest my dreams? 7 of Pentacles. To me, the 7 of Pentacles is hard work. It's a card that moves slow. It's not a fast card. You know, this person's put in all of this hard work, and well, it's not a person, it's an owl. And these are all of the rewards, you know, that are growing. But when this card is in the reverse, I tend to think of it like it's time to harvest those rewards. Now is the time to reap the rewards. Now is the time, I don't know what this situation is, but like, I feel like this is time to put it into action, you know, like whatever it is that you've been manifesting, you know, it's time to put it into action. There's something that you need to do. You already know how to do it. You've practiced it. You've put in the hard work. Like, you've already done everything. You know everything there is to know. Now you need to harvest it and do it. Time to put it in your basket. I know he doesn't have a basket, but if he was harvesting these, maybe he'd tuck them under his wing. You know, it's time to harvest. It's time to reap the rewards. What magical action do I need to take to manifest my dreams? Realizing that you are ready. You are ready to achieve and acting on it. Doing what you already know you need to do. So, I think this deck is pretty cool. I like the way it reads. I like the imagery. The imagery opens up a little bit of, I don't know, different inspiration for readings. Could I get that from a Rider-Waite? Yeah, probably, but I do like the imagery. I like the way it reads. I like the spread, and I think it's going to resonate with some of you. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to find my favorite card. So let's see. Oops, I'm not even on camera. Let's see. Okay, I like this card. Ooh. Okay, I'm really liking this card. More than Death. Let's see. What is my favorite card? Wow, there's a lot of cards that I really like. I love all the sparkles. I'm really liking these night cards. So far I've got 2 of them for... Okay, and I like this little, his fur. I keep saying fur, feathers. It's like so electrically charged. It's kind of like a halo. I love his head to the side. It's like a jolt. Like he just got jolted with this charge, like, oh, I got it. It's like it's a aha moment. I think I really like that. I like these court cards. Normally I'm more drawn to the major arcana. But I think so far I'm really drawn to the minor arcana as far as like favorite card. So I don't think the color is going to bother me. Just like first impressions. I wasn't really a big fan of some of them, the colors, but there's actually a lot of cards that I like. I wish I knew what all of these owls are. It probably tells you in the book. Maybe it does. I'm not too sure. All right, so let's find the favorite. Okay, so I've got 3 knights in the contenders. Maybe it's because of this reading, I'm not too sure, but I'm really drawn to the knights. Not to mention they're beautiful cards. They're very sharp and vivid, but I really like their body language. I love these swords. I love the snow, just like how it's cold and like a feather falling. Like that's like the loss. But I think it's going to end up being one of these knights. I like this Knight of Swords. It may change over time, but for today, this is my favorite card. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little make-believe reading. I hope that you enjoyed going through this deck with me and my rambling, my complaining about the colors and the yellow and the green and the pink and the purple, and how after going through all of the cards and doing a reading, how it really doesn't bother me anymore. Would I have preferred that they were more vibrant? Yes. But I will definitely still be keeping the deck because I like it. Probably much to the dismay of my husband. Because we have to store all of these. Normally, I would just want to point out that the High Priestess is one of my favorite cards. And I really don't like this card. I think it's kind of ugly, to be honest. I really don't like this card, and I'm kind of disappointed. I would have loved to love the High Priestess card, but unfortunately I don't. But anyways, I'm just giving my honest opinion and first impressions as I ramble around. Let's see really quick. I want to read this card, my favorite card, the Knight of Swords. Let's see. Look at that. I love the big pictures though. A big whoosh of air catches you off guard and you see a flash of wings out of the corner of your eye. This is the Knight of Swords making an entrance. This intelligent owl is always on the move, very busy delivering messages and packages for the king and queen of the Swords Parliament. He has a very important job, and he does it well. Not only is he the fastest owl in the realm, but he has also memorized the entire map of both land and sky. In the upright, it says, "You will bring success to your mission if you swiftly take action now. Approach your tasks with intelligence and speed and follow the winds. There is no need to second guess yourself, for you have trained for this properly, and you know exactly what you need to do to succeed. If you zoom in on your goal and follow the strategy you have in mind, you will capture the win." In the reversed, it says, "Slow your flight, owling. You've been moving too fast and flying past all the important checkpoints that can help you on your journey. Rushing will only make this take longer because you will have to circle back to fix things instead of sprinting to the finish line. Instead of sprinting to the finish line, move at a steady pace and pay attention to all the information you come across on your path." Very cool. I really think that that ties in with this reading. No wonder why I was drawn to this card. Sure, it's a beautiful card. I'm drawn to the imagery, but I also feel like it ties in with this here. Thank you for watching the unboxing of Tarot of the Owls by Pamela Chen. If you enjoyed this deck, I will leave a link in the description where you can purchase it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment below letting me know what you liked or did not like about this deck. Thank you so much. Bye.